video is going to be about prepping for splits. Now, you don't have to want to go all the way into the splits to make some of the preparation for it really specific to improving your movement patterns. So I'm going to go through some kind of half split options, and with those two you actually can throw a little bit of balance into it. And I think that from that perspective, that as we inhale we open the front body, and then as we exhale we come back, so you're even getting that movement there and transferring weight back and forth. And then you're going to find a little bit more strength there as well in your movement. And you will obviously notice from side to side that maybe one side feels a little bit tighter. And if you want to start to throw some arm lines in, you can. But let's just start with a traditional half split as you would in yoga. So this part really, this is more the half split here where you lean back, right? When you come forward, you're going to inhale, and you want to think kind of lifting up through the heart center. Unclench your toes in that base foot, and your back toe can be tucked or pointed, your choice. But you can even just start from there, just little inhale, exhale. My front toe is not lifting just yet, right? Inhale. If you want to, once you start to lift the chin, you're creating a little bit of a balance challenger. And you want to think that as you move in, nothing's forced, right? That as you melt in, your body is going to start to trust you. And this is why mobility or mobilizing is really, I think, where it's at. Because through mobility, your body starts to trust you. And it's gentle coercion. You're asking yourself gently and with love that nothing's forced. And actually, good old Dave Leo, one of my profs from exercise science way back in the day in New Zealand, I just listened to a podcast that he was on, and he was talking about activating muscles, and you don't punch somebody to wake them up. And I really feel like that analogy is a great way to address mobility as well, not just activating a muscle group, right? That you're just being gentle. You're waking up and softening. And if you allow your breath, I'm speaking, so my breath isn't really paired to my movement, but that your body is going to begin to trust you because your breath is telling you it's okay. And if you arrest your breath in something, you're contracting against yourself. Whatever it is that you're doing, whether or not you're training or sprinting or lifting weights or doing yoga or mobilizing, when your breath has fluidity, it's your dance partner, right? So now what we're going to do, fingertips content and come out. We exhale, inhale, exhale, and kind of round, bowing down to the front leg. Inhale, and you can see the difference there as my toe is lifting, and then I inhale, pulling the heart center forward. Exhale, round. And now if you want, you can take a little pause on each end, right? Take an inhale, take an exhale, and if you can, inhale nostrils, exhale nostrils. But if you feel like you need to, then exhale through the mouth. There's no rules. We get so caught up. And I had a yoga teacher before say, if you're not breathing this way, you're not doing yoga. It's like, but isn't it a path? Aren't we practicing, intending towards certain things? Instead of shaming people for not doing it properly right away, it's just, it drives so many people away from their own specific journey, right? And then we're gonna come back to the other side. And just remember that all of these movements are your own wherever they are, and you will notice differentiations from side to side. That's okay. We are all seeking to bring about some semblance of balance, and that is an elusive state. So don't worry if one side, like if I roll back here, I can feel more in my left hamstring a little bit, then I'm going to give it more love. I'm going to give it a little bit more time and really let that breath decide what range I get, right? Keep on moving and prepping. So just think here too, when we break these down, it's such a short period of time. Like, it really is, that when we do 10 of something aside, that could be a couple minutes of our life. And you start to add those in, it has that compounding effect. And when you're trying to do something, a friend of mine is working on her splits. So if you're trying to do something, all those little contributions, it's the same as they say, a missed workout hurts you more than your best workout helps you. And that would be more from the perspective of the compounding effect, that you just keep going, right? And within your range that's available. So now let's go, if it's available, inhale, and then exhale. Bow down, inhale, open, splay the fingertips out wide, exhale. So now you've got a little bit more balance, challenger. Inhale, peel the heart center open. Exhale, glide that weight back. And whatever you want to do, maybe you want to go cactus your arms. Inhale, open. Exhale, come back. And you can see as I switch my arm lines, there's a little wobble. That's okay. Inhale, open. Exhale, glide it back. Beautiful. Now switch. And anytime you gaze skyward, and then bring your body weight forward, because you're kind of heading in the direction of an inversion. You're not getting your head below your heart, but you're bowing down, right? And eventually you may be down there. So think here too, that when you move slowly, give yourself that opportunity to spatially figure out where your body is. This is great too. Anytime you're bringing your head up with movement, you are teaching yourself to be okay with movement. Your brain is getting acclimated to spatial change, right? And here in Canada, if you slip on the ice, sometimes you're over before you know. But if you are working with moving your body with the eyes open, spatially up and down, it doesn't mean it mitigates all of those risks, but it does mean that your body's gotten used to it. So now we're going to work that back knee back, and I'm going to use my toes to inch my foot forward. And I'm just going to stay there. Now maybe you want blocks, and we're just going to stay here. I'm on my knuckles here, and I'm just going to let my head hang heavy for 5 breaths. And if you want, you can start to, on the inhalation, lift the chin. If you want your eyes closed, the eyes can be closed. And actually, I started here, and then it felt right to lift my head, to open up, to kind of pull the heart center forward. Okay, and in that space, whenever you're in a deeper position, take your time coming out. Really kind of slowly glide yourself out, and then we're going to bring the other leg forward. Again, bring the fingertips, they can tend, or if you need blocks, take some blocks, and just shimmy the front toes forward. So you've got just a different angle on the knee, right? And then again, like I said, I'm kind of in knuckle position here. And I'm going to start with my head down, and then I'm going to lift it up when I'm ready. And maybe this position, my spine is rounding out a little bit more. That's okay. You always adjust it. Make it your own. You're not here to prove anything. You're here to take some time for yourself, to go inward, to breathe deeply. And when you flutter your eyes closed, you're on the inside space in the inner world. And then you can really start to relax your breath. And if you can relax your breath, then you're in a good place. If you're contracting against the breath, if the breath isn't, if it's kind of holding against you, then you dial back, okay? If you can't breathe properly, so your breath is quality control for your body trusting you. So if you are holding against something, your body's saying no thank you. And so you dial it back, and it doesn't mean you pull out quickly. It just means, okay, that might be a little bit too deep. Let me gather myself. Let me come to my breath. Okay, so let's blink the eyes closed, resting the palms on the knees. I'm going to tuck my toes here. You can point or tuck, but if you find that you need some space, so the superficial back line starting at the base of the foot up to the ledge of the back of the head is a fascial chain. And when we have tightness, it starts at the base of the foot. When we can release that tightness, it doesn't mean it fixes all the problems further up, but it says, hey, I'm not going to cause you any further problems. And so when we do this to end, while we're doing a couple of conscious breaths, then we are allowing that stretch through the base of the foot. Okay, so lay the palms flat. Bring yourself to a beautiful long spine. Visualize here that the top of the head is lifting skyward. With a gentle bow of the head, let the shoulders drip heavy. Heart centers expansive, light and open. And the rib cage lifts. Belly button gently hugging into the spine. And let the hips be heavy on the heels. And just take a couple breaths here. And as you inhale, expand. And as you exhale, let go. And anytime you're going to take a practice, a little pocket of time, if you close it out by fluttering the eyes closed, it's almost like a little form of Savasana. And if you feel like you want to, you can pop the toes out and then pointed toes and then try a couple breaths there. And just bring yourself to presence. So when you take this little pause to witness, to slow down, it's almost like you're giving your body that little rest that it needs to neurologically imprint what you've just done and to reflect that you're taking time for yourself, that you're showing up to create change. So zoom out just for a moment and look at yourself through the lens of love. That you are taking this time for yourself. That you're breathing with intention and moving with intention, and that is beautiful. Enjoy these last little moments here. And maybe you can feel an awareness deep within your body, in every cell, in every fiber, in every muscle. You're a little bit more aligned. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Have a beautiful morning, day, evening, wherever you are.